And we are recording, Rich.
All right, here we
What's
are.
going on? So, give a little background here, real quick. This is episode 10, take two.
Take three.
Yeah, I
I
guess might be take three or something. I don't know.
don't know. It's episode 2.7 of
Yeah,
10.
because you were gone for a week to Slovenia, Croatia, and all that. And then we tried to record, what was that, Friday night? And we were having storms and everything. And
Friday
I
the week
kept
before.
freezing up.
Yeah.
And I kept freezing up, and I even tried to use my phone to do a dual camera, and that wasn't working. I went back and watched it, and it was just horrible.
Yeah.
So we decided we would redo it again, and we decided to push it to tonight because this week's been a little hectic also. Who would have thought, right? I mean, it's just a podcast, right? It's an hour long podcast.
Well,
Why
yeah, we
would it?
got back from Slovenia and then hit the ground running and both had to work and all that. And then my son just came out Thursday night through today. Went to a concert at Red Rocks this weekend. See the Turnpike Troubadours. And
We should have done it while he was here, and we could have had him as a special guest.
they should have, yeah.
So you got back from Selenia. Did you buy a house over there while you were there, or?
Oh, we got three on the list, maybe. So we're looking at a few different ones, and we'll see how that goes. Because when we got back, we actually saw some more that we liked, and um, so we'll see what happens.
So you had an interesting story that if you want to take a couple minutes, um, throw it out there because it was a good story. I liked it. I
Oh
thought
yeah,
it was
the last
funny.
podcast was good, except for the fact that we couldn't hear it.
Yeah, that I was like this the whole time,
Right,
even though you could hear me, right?
right. And I don't even know
And you had your
what
cup the last time.
I don't even know what stories I told last time.
You were telling the snow story going up
Oh
the mountain.
yeah, there was a couple days we almost died. I guess we had a Volkswagen SUV that had summer tires already because they weren't expecting any more snow for the season. They pretty much were done. They hadn't gotten even a big winter this year, and they said it usually never snows like late April like that. And we ran into some pretty big snow the first couple days that we were there. We were in Logar Valley one day trying to go through that and go up in the Austria, and we were gonna look at these amazing views, but the amazing views were hidden by fog and snow and rain and then
It never fails.
we left there and we had to go through a mountain pass that was a little sketchy, but nothing like the day after where we were driving from Lake Bohine, Slovenia to Kobrid, and it was a little crazy. But yeah, we got to the top of a mountain pass, and we thought we were pretty close to the top, and we're like it's getting worse and worse, and Steph was like, maybe we should turn around. And I was like, yeah, I think we can make it. And then out of the blue came a snowplow around the corner. God sent me a snowplow, and it came down the hill, and so was able to clear. And these roads are worse than the roads in Ireland, Doug. They're smaller, probably. I don't know.
I,
So I don't even know
is
how
that
I fit.
possible?
I don't even know how I fit with the snowplow on the road with my car, and I had to get over into the snow a little bit. But then once he came down the hill, I was able to get in that lane, and it was about 3-4 minutes to the top of the hill, and then they had it cleared a little bit on the way down, going the other way because it was the ski resort. But a lot of heavy snow and little sketch, little sketch.
And you didn't take the car train that you should have.
Oh yeah, yeah, the car train. Well, that was a whole other story. I guess when we were checking in to the little boutique hotel place that we were staying at that had a restaurant and everything, because we kind of just stayed there that night and ate there. We did a hike, 6 mile hike around Lake Bohine, rode the boat back, and then came back and ate dinner. And I guess that when we were checking in, I was bringing all the luggage in, and the girl at the front desk, who her family owns the place, she was selling Nuasha. I don't know how to say her name, but she was selling stuff that, oh well, you could take the car train over there, and I didn't really hear any of that, but the car train was going to get us about, I don't know, an hour later than we were supposed to be, which we ended up being more than an hour later because of the weather. But instead of driving 3 hours that morning, I could have put my car on a train and ridden 38 minutes to get to the same spot.
Well, they literally put the car on a train. You could have drove there, and it would have only been
just like
38 minutes.
ferrying over to islands with your boat and stuff, on the boat.
Yeah.
With your car. It's just, but they put it on a train. They drive it up on a train, and you ride the train. And yeah, it's a literally like 38 minutes because they go around the mountains and through tunnels, and you go 38 minutes from Cobra, or from Lake Boheen to Cobra, which took me over 3 hours that morning in the treacherous snow and almost died. But hey, it was all fun. Good views.
Experience. Yeah, good views in the fog.
The views were amazing.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, if I would have had my truck, it would have been all good. If I had my Tacoma, yeah, no problem. But I was in a little SUV Volkswagen that had summer tires on it and little tiny.
That you can't pronounce the name of.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but
yeah. So, welcome back to America, and welcome to episode 10.
Yes.
And like all of our other episodes, our lawyers say that we don't want to get in trouble, so we got to say something along the lines of, this is our own opinions, blah, 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 doesn't belong to anybody else or any other blah. Yeah. Hey, welcome to episode 10 of Loud, Lucid, and Laughs. I'm Doug, and
Rich James.
All right. So finally, number 10, and we're finally getting there. Number 9, we did number 9 like 2 weeks ago, and we did hypothetical questions, and we had so much fun with it that we decided we had to do number 2. So this is episode 2.
What you're really saying is we decided to be lazy and not come up with another topic for the week.
Oh, I mean, I wasn't going to go there, but, we didn't get through a whole list of the questions.
We did like it.
And we did try to call a few people, and that didn't work out very well. But I think we both have that kind of figured out now. And I know there was a special guest you kept trying to call that you couldn't get a hold of.
Maybe I'll try again tonight.
Who knows? Maybe we'll try again tonight. We'll see. But let's kick this thing off, Rich. So I got a question for you right out of the gate.
Hey, wait! It's Mother's Day today. We're recording.
Okay.
Did you have a good time with your mother?
Well, as a matter of fact, I did.
I'm sorry. Our mother.
It's always a good time when my mom is with me. I mean, our mom is with me.
Right.
We took her to Cracker Barrel, her favorite place.
Right.
That turned into the whole. I mean, I've been to Cracker Barrel a lot, but today was a whole new experience, and I don't know if you've got the extra 28 minutes, so I probably won't go into it, but yeah, let's just say that we got to spend some quality time together.
And Gina had a good Mother's Day?
Yes, she did. She had a fantastic, she had all 3 of her kids there, most of her grandkids. Her daughter, Kenzie, brought her some flowers, so that was really nice, and got to spend some time with them, and we got to follow her son Matt home on his motorcycle. He was out ahead of us, and of course the whole time she's like, oh. She's like, I wish you could have just followed him. She knows he likes motorcycles, and then he's riding one. This is the first time she actually got to see him riding it.
Oh, right. Gotcha.
So with that being said, happy Mother's Day to all you moms out there, even though this is probably going to drop a day later, because I'll try and get this up tomorrow evening.
Happy late Mother's
Day. Because as you know, I'm getting ready to head out of town for a few days. So.
Oh yeah, you're going to Cocoa Beach.
Yes, Cocoa Beach.
You're leaving on Wednesday, or?
Yes, leaving out on Wednesday.
Have a good trip. Don't get stuck.
Planning on it.
Don't get stuck in any sand. Probably won't be snowing there.
No, it's supposed to be raining the whole time, but then welcome to Florida, right?
Ouch. Yeah.
Who cares? I'll sit on the beach even if it's raining.
We had rain and snow, and it was still fun. And and then we had sunshine and 80 degrees at the end of the week. So, yeah,
Right.
80, it's always good to be on vacay.
Yeah, no matter what. I think we've talked about that before. So,
Yeah.
all right, Rich, here you go.
All right.
Now, this, hypothetically speaking, this could go one way or the other. So, I'm going to take one item out and I'm going to stick with just the one. If your dog, since you don't have any cats, suddenly spoke one sentence and then never spoke again, what would be the most unsettling sentence that he could say to you? And choose either one, Finn or Clancy. What could they say to you that would be very
Well,
unsettling?
both of them sleep up in the bed, and Finn will come up and see you in the morning, get his pets and stuff. But Clancy usually is with you most of the night in the bed, and he's usually curled up next to me or curled next to my feet, or in between, me and stuff. Or, um, I think the most unsettling thing, Doug, would be like if he just looked at me and said, "I watch you as you sleep," or like I stare at you when you're sleeping,
And then never say another word.
and never say another word.
Wait, what does that mean?
Exactly. I don't know. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, that would
But
be a little odd.
I used to have this cat back in when I lived, between Farmington and St. Genevieve, Missouri, and I often wondered about. It was a tuxedo cat, black and white cat, crazy cat, and it would run around the whole room and jump off the top of the mirror and then off the top of the door and then land on my chest in the middle of the night, like 2 a.m., just staring at me. And then I wake up at 4 a.m. and it's laying on my head. I used to think that cat was a little crazy and tried to eat me. And I would often think this cat's like, if it could say something to me in the middle of the night, it would be something weird like that. Like, so I'm gonna go with that one.
Your life is mine at any given moment, human.
Hey Doug, along those lines,
Yeah.
would you rather be able to, and this is hypothetical speaking,
Well,
uh,
hypothetically speaking. I
would you
mean,
rather
that's
be
the
able to speak?
broadcast.
Would you rather be able to speak all human languages, or be able to speak to all animals?
That could be fun if you could speak to every animal, the stuff that you could learn.
Right?
Now, would I still be able to speak English?
Yeah, you can speak your regular
Oh,
language.
then I'm going with the animals. Going with the
Yeah,
animals. I mean, wouldn't you, right?
I would.
I like animals more anyway as I get older.
Well, often most of my conversations are just between me, Finn, and Clancy.
Yeah, I talk to the boys a lot here too.
Yeah.
Winston and Wilson. We carry on several conversations.
So if you
And
could be
Wilson,
any animal, what would you be?
you know, I'm really keen to the silverback gorilla, and I also fall in line with the love of elephants.
Elephant.
So I mean, it's going to be one of those two. What would you
Yeah,
be?
I'm thinking either. Since you took two, I'm going to take two. Alex,
Okay,
I'm
all
going to go
right.
ahead and take.
I
I'm going
mean,
to go ahead and take two,
hypothetically,
Alex.
it doesn't matter.
Right? Um, I'm going to go with I think a lion. King of the jungle. Um, and then also I think because I love the woods and mountains so much, I'm going to kind of go grizzly bear type thing.
Oh, I thought you were going to go mountain goat.
No, I don't want to be a mountain goat. I don't want to be any black bear or brown bear.
Going
I want
grizzly,
to be the biggest bear in the woods.
the
I want to be a grizzly.
meanest,
Yeah,
biggest bear in the woods.
yeah, loudest,
Yeah,
loud, lucid, and
loud. Yeah.
laughs, Doug. Let's be the loudest bear in the woods, grizzly bear. I'm going grizzly bear.
Well, I thought, mountain goat, because have you seen some of the videos of those things?
Well, dude,
Like
I often say,
sitting on this big of a rock.
right, when we're hiking or running down mountains, or out here in Colorado or anywhere else in Slovenia, um, anywhere, I often do say I kind of, which I actually do say I can climb like a mountain goat, and I usually can run down trails like a deer. So I could be any of those.
Huh. Well, you know what, Rich? This might be a perfect time to try this again and see if it actually works.
Let's do it. Calling somebody.
Yeah. See if it works. Can you hear that?
Yeah, hello,
Oh, I did.
Hey, Howard Lewis.
sir.
Welcome to Loud, Lucid and Laughs podcast. Yep. And so Rich is here with me. Rich, can you hear Howie?
I can. Yeah, I could.
He- Oh, he asked you how you're doing.
Oh, doing great, man. How you doing?
Good, good. So we got a question for you, Howard. You have a choice, and you can pick two because we did the same thing.
When he first came on, I could hear him, and now I can't. Does he say it?
Let me try. Let me try and adjust here. What about now? Howard, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I can hear.
All right. So if you had a choice to choose, and you can do one or two, an animal, what animal would you be?
What?
I mean, anything like, well, for example, Rich chose a grizzly bear. I chose a silverback gorilla. We kind of went specific. I love silverback gorillas.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything.
That is very interesting. When was the last time you saw a silverback gorilla?
I've never seen one.
So wait, you and Howard are going to be silverback gorillas together?
Well, no, he's asking me about mine, why I
Oh.
chose that.
But he didn't come up with one yet. Howard, we just need you to pick an animal. Just pick an animal.
He says he would be a hound dog.
Well, you ain't nothing but a hound dog.
With the big old floppy ears. Okay. All right. Well, Howard's going to be a hound dog chilling all day in the sun.
There
Nice.
you go. Yeah.
All right, buddy. We'll let you
And
go.
what was Rich? And what was Rich?
Rich was a grizzly bear, or he also chose
You
a
know, Howard,
lion.
I like being in the woods. You know, I like being in the mountains. I want to be a grizzly bear.
All right, Howard. Have a great one, man.
All right, man. Thanks. We'll see you.
Bye.
Bye.
So did that work okay, or you were having a hard time hearing him, or?
Yeah, having a little hard time. Like I could hear him at first, and then I couldn't in the middle, and then towards the end I could hear a little bit.
All right, so I might have to rethink that setup with the mic. And
I know when you had the phone right into the mic, right to where you speak into.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, like on the first time you did that, then it would work. Yeah.
I have this other microphone right here.
Oh, okay. And you were putting the phone end of it?
Yeah, I was putting it like right into it.
Right into the end of it, like
Yep.
where you speak into. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like I said, I had tested it before our phone call and it worked really good. So,
right.
But I didn't have you on there to test it, so I didn't know if you would be able to hear it as well. But on this end, it's just loud and it's
Yeah,
even.
it might be fine for the recording. Who knows? So,
Hey, this is a work in progress. It's only episode 10.
yeah, you said I was 80. We
got,
haven't had 80 yet.
Yeah, we got 70 more to go before we get this perfected.
I feel firm about the fact that once we get to 70, we're going to be pretty well set.
But Howard wants to be a hound dog, so he can be lazy and lay around all day in the sun.
Makes
I mean,
sense. I actually was going to ask Howard if he would rather be hairy or completely bald. Wait a minute.
wait a minute.
Hypothetically speaking.
I get the feeling when he hears this, you're gonna get a phone call. All right, Rich.
Good old Howie.
What's one of the first things you try? You find out you are completely impervious to physical harm. It's the first thing you do.
Jumping off the building, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, ouch.
I mean, that's the best way to test it, though, right?
I mean, walk out in front of a car.
Yeah. But I don't know, like go big or go home. I'm jumping off a building, I think.
Yeah.
Or
Jump out of a plane, or
I've kind of always wanted to jump out of a plane and I've never done it. So maybe I do that without a chute.
I think I would jump with the chute, but I wouldn't care if the chute didn't work at that point.
But why jump with the chute if you know nothing's going to happen once you hit the ground?
Because I still don't want to fall and hit the ground, even if I
I'm
am
impervious.
impervious.
I'm impervious, Doug. Impervious to any harm. So, boom.
I wonder how that works. I wonder if you could shave. How does Superman? He does it with
Or
his X-ray
actually,
vision.
well, hey, speaking of Superman, let me ask you a question.
All
This
right.
has, somewhat to do with Superman, but not really, because he travels like the speed of light. But if you would you rather be able to run at 100 miles per hour or fly at 10 miles per hour?
Run.
Run 100 miles per hour?
Yeah.
Gonna get there
Run.
fast, probably. You know.
Get there a lot
Although,
faster. I wonder if at 100 miles an hour I could glide across water. Guess I'd have to test that theory.
but if
Worst
you're not
case scenario,
impervious,
I sink
but
and I
if you're not
just keep
impervious
running.
to harm, that could be a problem.
Yeah, it could be a little bit of a problem. All right, so going back to our animal thing. If animals became intelligent as humans and were able to speak, what jobs would they be suited for as that animal? So I'm going to choose, what would your grizzly bear be doing if all of a sudden he could do everything a human could do and speak like one? What job would he have?
Grizzly bears have an enormous amount of strength, I believe, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So he's probably doing commercial construction, like building skyscrapers. I don't know.
Okay.
I
I
guess.
I I figured he might be a bouncer, or something
Oh
like
yeah, I
that.
guess he could be a bouncer at a bar. Yeah,
Okay, well,
doesn't
what
do
about
that. Or
your
be a bodyguard. He could do bodyguard stuff. Could be a
what about
hitman.
your lion?
What about a
What
hitman?
would your lion?
My lion would
Oh, a
probably be a
hitman. Yeah,
hitman. My
with his
lion could be
hands
a
even.
my lion could be a
Lion.
hitman.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or a heavy metal rocker. I guess my lion could be like a heavy metal rocker.
He would have the hair for it, right?
Right?
From the 80s.
You got the hair, you got the mane, you got the loudness,
Yeah, the roar. Roar for the crowd.
right?
Are you drinking tonight,
Doug,
Rich?
my what?
Are you drinking tonight?
No, why would I be drinking? I've got water.
Oh, all right. Well, no. Normally you have a drink and you pop it up there, and I hadn't even seen it this whole time. So,
Oh, like I usually have a coffee when we're doing like a
yeah.
rise coffee or
Yeah,
something,
like a
or
coffee.
like a
Like you got a
coffee. I
coffee.
I like
Hey,
that.
so you
I
use
like
that?
I like hiking. I do. I mean,
You use
sometimes
that Rise?
maybe I like it.
Okay, I've been
Maybe I've
seeing
had.
some.
It's possible I've had bourbon in there before too. I don't know. Whiskey. I don't know.
No.
Um,
Anyway, moving on.
would you rather be absolutely terrified of the dark, Doug, or be afraid of the thing underneath your bed? You have anything underneath your bed?
I would choose the thing underneath my bed and then never sleep in there again.
Gotcha.
Right? You're good to go. All you got to do is just go in there every now and then and hurry up, grab stuff, and get the heck out.
Hey, Doug, here's a good question. Anytime, we just had Ryan and Ellie in town. Ryan and
Yeah.
his fiance, they came out Thursday night. We went to Red Rocks. Great place to take people. Great venue. You
Is that a
can't go.
sponsor, or are you just throwing that free one out there?
They're not sponsoring us. If they're
Oh,
sponsoring us, we're doing. If they're sponsoring us, we're doing pretty good. But I always wondered this because like here we got a lot of places. Like somebody comes to visit, you take them to Pikes Peak Mountain, you go to Manitou or Garden
yeah,
of
a
the
lot of
Gods,
things.
Garden of the Gods, the Incline, that you love so much, and Howie Lewis loves so much. Um,
No,
but
that's a hate love. That's a
hey,
hate
love.
love.
But I always wonder that with other people, like, if they live in different spots, like, so you're in the big metropolis of Terre de Lac, Missouri. If I visited your city, and let's just say I visit your city, I've never been there, which I have, obviously. Where's the first place you're going to take me? Besides
I'm
Buffalo
going
Wild
to
Wings.
take you. I'm going to take you to the Bonne Terre mines.
Bonterre
Take you
Mines.
down to the billion-gallon lake and take you out on a pontoon boat and let you see the tour of all the buildings underneath that are underwater, the classroom, the little living quarters, all that, and
That was like
we might
such a
even.
little, like, I don't know what they do there now, but because I haven't seen
Oh,
it in
it's
a
the
while.
same thing. They still
Oh, but
do it.
it used to be like such a little rinky-dink operation. Is it still?
Oh no, no.
No.
There's the last time I went, which was literally 10 years ago. I keep telling Gina I need to take her there, but 10 years ago we met 8 people from Germany that flew in just to dive there.
Well, Jacques
And
Cousteau, famous diver Jacques
yep,
Cousteau,
yeah.
that's diving there. And I think they said I went there. We went there on a field trip in high school with Potosi. Oh, I'm gonna actually remember this. The Industrial Arts Club, Ron Paul, and who's the other guy? The other teacher. I can't remember his name. Um, he taught shop and all that. Like Ron taught, drafting and all that, and then the other guy,
I don't know. I
he was
never had to take shop.
kind of bald. But they ran that. I guess the PIAC. I think it was called that. Potosi Industrial Arts Club, and so we went on a field trip. I think with them, um, and went to Bonterre Mines. I think that might be the only time I went there.
I've gone 3 times. So
Yeah.
the last time we had an evangelist in town, and I took him there as something to do for him. I mean, other than that, I'm going to take you to the great city of St. Louis, show you the arch, and hope we don't get shot at.
Right.
Entertaining, but
It is an entertaining thought though, where do people take people when they first come into their town? If you're going into
oh,
Savannah, Georgia, or
going to be
we're going
driving through there.
anywhere, like name off any place, but Chicago, Denver, where you're going,
That
but
sounds like
San
you know,
Diego.
Rich, that sounds like a podcast.
Hey, we came up with an idea. There we go. And I don't know. I mean, I don't even know if that's one I've heard before. Like, really, that I've been on a podcast, so we could do that one. Like, where's the
Yeah.
interesting places to go? Top 10 destinations. Because I always do that. I don't know if you do. Like, if I'm going on a trip, like, we'd already been to Slovenia last year. We just went back, but I still look at, you know, top 10 travel destinations in Ireland or
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I use like several different sites. Even with us getting ready to Cocoa Beach, I did several different sites looking up different things to do there. Like I think we might even think about doing a dinner cruise, which we didn't do the last time we went there.
yeah,
So it looks like
that's
that
what
would be cool. They got about
like.
5 different ones.
Yeah, Stefano. She's always looking up. She's always looking up the. She's always looking up the where we're going to dinner. She's a foodie.
Well,
I mean, it's like she watches all the food shows and
yeah.
like we in Colbert this past. We went last time too, I think, but we actually ate at the same restaurant in one city like 2 nights in a row because it's Hissa Polanco and there's like a that's the name of it, Hissa Polanco, but there's a 5-star Michelin restaurant also near there that some famous chef that I can't remember her name owns it. So,
You know what? Who was it I was talking to? It might have been it's my daughter. Yeah. So her and her husband are going to go on a vacation this summer after school's out, and they're going to go several different places. They're going to fly out to, I think, Maine. They're going to rent a car and drive all the way back. And on the way back, they're going to hit every food place that has been on like a food show that they can
nice.
find, like, diners, dive-ins and drives
Yeah.
and all the other food
Oh yeah.
shows.
See,
Yeah, they're going to try and
yeah,
hit one of those
Steph watches.
places all the way
Yeah,
back.
she watches all those shows and like she knows where those are. But Yeah, she's the one that always is trying to decide where we're going to go eat at, which is very important when you're
Well,
traveling in the new cities.
Gina, Gina tends to leave that up to me. Um, I posted a thing on Facebook yesterday that basically she's my little travel princess, my little travel queen, because I make everything the itinerary. I plan the flights if we're flying, the car if we're driving, the route we're going, the places we're staying, places where I pretty much plan it all, and she just says okay.
Oh, you plan all that part?
So,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
oh,
plan
I plan
anything.
everything.
I don't plan anything. I just I drive the car and I carry the luggage.
I do that too.
Yeah.
Uh, but she does drive, so that's good.
I'm driving everywhere. You have to look up where we're eating. I'm not deciding.
All right, Rich. So, if hypothetically speaking, if you could be another person for a day, who would you choose to be?
I could be another person. Like
Yep.
a
Anybody, dead, alive, doesn't matter.
like an actual person.
Actual person.
Not
True
like
actual
the
person.
king, not like the king
Not,
of a country, but I gotta name a
no.
guy or girl.
Well, I mean, you could say I want to be the king of Zimbabwe if you wanted, and if it's an actual person, then you'd be that person.
Yeah. The tough one.
Yeah, I know, right? It kind of made me think. I remembered one that we tried to do in the last. I wish we would have wrote those down. We had some good ones for that last one.
Yeah, we did. I mean, looking back on that last episode that we didn't air, it was pretty funny actually. But so maybe
Except for
we can always, yeah, exactly. That was there. I think we could always air some outtakes of it maybe. But
yeah, I'll see
edit,
if I can pull some
edit,
clips out of it.
edit it, pull some clips. Um, man, anybody. If I could be anybody.
Kate Beckinsale.
No, but I did use her in the last one. I guess if I could be anybody, gosh, I mean,
George Burns.
Yeah,
George
right.
Burns.
George Burns. No,
If
you know what?
George
Maybe I'm
Burns
gonna
is
be Elvis
Ghost.
I'm gonna be Elvis for a day. You know, I like Elvis. I'm gonna be Elvis for a day.
Elvis for a day.
I
Now
would say
what?
Jesus. I would say I'd be Jesus for a day, but like I don't know that Jesus wants me to be Jesus. So if
All
that's
right.
gonna
So
happen,
which decade? Which decade of Elvis are you going to be?
I'm gonna be the. Ooh, that's a tough one too, because like the 50s is when he
Are you the
started. The
Are you the
60s when he did all the
'69
movies.
comeback?
60. I like 69 comeback. I like early 70s wouldn't be too bad, but I don't want to be the fat Elvis. I want to be the skinny, good-looking Elvis. So yeah, that's me. What about you on that one? Who you gonna be?
Oh, who would? Oh, wow. Well, see, I didn't even prepare that because I was throwing it
Really?
at you.
I mean, it's Doug. Doug, honestly, while you're preparing, I'll stall for you. I like being
Okay,
Rich James.
appreciate
I
it.
like being Rich James so much that it's hard for me to pick somebody else because I really like being me.
I would be Carol Shelby.
Who?
Carol Shelby
Harold Shelby is that guy that comic
made
book
the
guy?
Shelby Cobra Mustang.
Oh, the Cobra Mustang. Okay. All right.
Invented basically the Mustang. Yeah, that guy.
Okay. You want to be that guy? You want to be in his head for a day, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I think that'd be fun.
Right.
Have you ever seen that Ford versus Ferrari?
No, but I was just thinking that I should have said that I want a specific day with Elvis. I want to be like the time that he was the closest to Anne Margaret back in her heyday.
Oh wow. So the movie
Or the
Elvis, yeah.
famous Richard Nixon meeting. That would probably be a cool day too.
Yeah, yeah, where you got your FBI badge or whatever that was.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But special.
All right. Let's see. How about if you could magically become fluent in any language, what would it be? Snap your fingers and you can automatically speak that language without any issues, just like you speak English, even though you don't speak English very well.
Well, I normally would have went with Gaelic, Doug. Um, but I'm gonna go with Slovenian because we're trying to buy a house over there maybe, and we're thinking about learning that language. And there's 57 dialects, and they say it's one of the hardest languages in the world. Like people on the eastern side of the country, and this country is only the size of New Jersey, but sometimes people on the eastern side don't understand the people on the western side with the different dialects. So
it's not like Hispanic, Spanish, Portuguese, where they all are kind of similar, and you can almost make out what somebody's saying.
right.
It's completely
So yeah,
different.
anything Latin based, can a lot of most times you can figure out all that Spanish. Spanish is another good one that would be, but I think you can learn
Yeah,
that
that's what I
easier.
would.
I think you can learn that one easier than this one,
I try.
and it would be cool to be just fluent in it. I've got a good friend, my friend Marcelo, who's Brazilian, but they speak Portuguese. But he's got all that. I think he could speak Portuguese, a little Italian, Spanish, anything Latin based, some broken English. No, I'm just kidding, Marcelo. He speaks good English. He speaks great English. But yeah, but I think where I'm at right now, just in the situation I'm in, I think I would try to maybe do Slovenian.
All
But
right, cool.
I did have a guy tell me that, like the last time we were over in Europe, not this time, but he was like, if you speak Italian, which is easier to learn, you can somewhat manage maybe some of the Slovenian, some of the Croatian, some of the Austrian, like you could pick up on some other stuff, but there you go. So you're picking
Okay,
Spanish?
all right. Oh yeah, I definitely pick Spanish. When Shelby
How was
was
that
in
now?
school, she was learning Spanish, and I learned part of it with her, and I just forgot it as quick as I learned it. And then later on, I tried to learn it on my own, and I just couldn't force myself to get deep enough into it. So yeah, if I could snap my fingers, give me Spanish.
Hablas Espano. Yeah, so it's funny.
Poquito de español.
Marcelo and some other guys that used to work for me at the Pro Desk back in Hermitage, Tennessee, at the Home Depot there. They would always make fun of me because we'd have all these different crews come in, and a lot of them had Mexican crews that were roofers or fencing guys that worked there in Tennessee, and they're like, "Your Spanish, your way of speaking Spanish is just trying to add an O to everything." It's pretty bad. Duggo.
Well, I've got
Lavo
Donde
Lucio.
Este.
Lafio.
Yeah, I've got Donde Este al baño. So I got that down.
But I remember when you were learning
That's
French.
where's
I
the
think
restroom?
you take French in high school.
I took 3 years.
Yeah, so like the only thing I remember in French, just out of like one of your books, is "comme si, comme ça," like so. No,
I
I was
think
like,
so.
I think
Yeah.
I asked you one day. You probably don't remember
Bonjour.
this. I was like, teach me something easy in French to learn. I think I asked you, and you were like,
Yeah.
you showed me the book, and then you said it, and I'm like, okay, those are the only French words I know. Viva la.
So, bonjour, comment allez-vous, mon chéri?
Bonjour. I think if you can say hello, we've been
Je
struggling.
m'appelle
Like,
Michel Bouillet.
Like in Slovenia, good morning is Dobro jutro. I think I'm saying that right. And like, good afternoon is Dober Dan, or they slang it sometimes, and they just, if you're walking by somebody, they just say Dan. And the guy's name Dan, if the guy's name's Dan, you're doing double the justice. But and then Bala, which is spelled HVALA, it means thank you. So I always figure if you can say at least a few of the, the hello, goodbye, arrivederci. Arrivederci.
So Gaelic, Diesmer Gwiv, Slana Gwiv.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Slante. All right. Is this one on me?
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco.
Yeah. So you can do any job. Pick any job. What would you do? What was it you always wanted to do that you didn't
Any
get?
job. It was funny. I don't want to do this anymore, but for some reason when I was growing up, I don't know, but I wanted to be an aerospace engineer. But
wow.
But now, honestly, if I could do any job, actually, I'm a big music guy, and I've written a lot of songs. Maybe I'm a country music artist for a day with a sold out crowd at
All
Red
right.
Rocks. With a sold out crowd at Red Rocks.
Dude, are you sure we're not sponsored by them? Because, I mean, it keeps coming up a lot. Just asking.
Please come to Red Rocks.
Hi, welcome to Red Rock.
Doug, you know, what's crazy, like Red Rocks, man, like tickets, you used to be able to get tickets to concerts, man. This is a whole nother story. But you used to be able to get tickets, for, you know, like I went to so many shows, big shows for $20 growing up through the years, blah, blah, blah. But it's just an arm and a leg and a car mortgage now or a house mortgage to get to a show. And then now the venues, like, dude, they don't even think you get there. Like, I think Steph,
what's sad?
Steph conveniently.
What's sad is the tickets start out at $50 and they finish out at like $300 after all the fees.
I spent $463, I think, on 4 tickets, but which was cheap, I thought. But then, like, she went and bought 2 T-shirts and a poster, like you would frame, $125.
463.
$125.
I was gonna say.
And then, I was joking because I said she conveniently forgot her credit card. She only had cash with her, and guess what? They don't take cash.
They don't take cash.
If you're buying a drink or anything, they don't take cash there at all anymore. 4 years ago,
nowhere.
Just a short 4 years ago, before COVID, before that pandemic, they
I'm watching. Wait. I'm watching a podcast the other day, and one of the guys on the podcast, every time he says that, that's the first thing he says. And then the other two just go, "Really? Come on!" And he goes, "Hey, what did I say? What did I say?
What did I say? What did I say? I didn't even know if you catch it, but
yeah.
Like now, no place. Yeah, cash isn't good anymore. Why? Why isn't cash good?
Digital.
Doug, so if you had
all right, Rich.
Wait. Let me ask you this. What are you gonna be? Who are you gonna be? What are you gonna do? Any job?
Oh, any job? I mean, if it didn't just matter, dude, I would do a love that I've had for a long time. I would be probably a DJ, radio DJ or something on the radio.
I thought about that too. Yeah, that's a good one.
Spinning some hits. Hey, welcome to the Top 40. This comes to you from 1987. I would have done
that. Good morning, Vietnam.
Yeah. Or in my case, good morning, Tear to Lack.
Doug, but what if you weren't that guy, but you had to be a famous person's personal assistant? Who would you choose to be a personal assistant to?
I'm gonna go alive or dead.
Anything.
Okay, because I had a first thought, but I'm gonna now go for a second thought. Mine would be Stan Lee or Jack Kirby, two of the top comic book guys in the world. I would be an assistant to them. I mean, originally I was gonna say Ryan Reynolds, but as soon as you gave me that opening, I'm gonna choose Stan Lee or Jack Kirby.
Ryan Reynolds.
That would be fun.
So, like, you'd be like the proposal, like Ryan Reynolds was to Sandra Bullock. You're gonna be like his.
Dude, do you know how fun it would be probably hanging around with that guy? I mean, he's one of those few people that it's just like, I imagine his life is like nonstop. So it'd be fun to hang out with. Who are you choosing?
I'm going to be the personal assistant to the President of the United States, Doug.
Joe Biden. Okay, cool. Good for you. Was that the speech you're going through, or?
I just want to, be that close to where I can smack him that many times.
Oh! I was trying to give you an out, like you were turning the pages of.
Whoa! I just now we are going to get that knock on the door.
Yeah, here we go now. Well, it's been a great podcast. We got 10 episodes in. This has been fun.
Yeah, gotta go.
Yeah, glad you've all have joined us for this.
Gotta go.
I'll be back next week with another guest. It won't be Rich. because I don't think they'll let us get into Leavenworth with a microphone. And all right, Rich, you've got an unlimited supply of one thing. What is it? Unlimited, never goes
Toilet
out.
paper. Toilet paper.
Toilet paper. Yeah, I was thinking bacon.
I was pretty fast on that one.
Yeah, you were very fast on that. Was that because of the pandemic that you went there when it all disappeared? And
That stuff thinks I use a lot of toilet paper, so I think it would save us money. So I could just say money, an unlimited supply of money, or like I wouldn't mind having an unlimited supply of a lot of things: gasoline, dog
yeah,
food.
money can't be one. Let's keep money out of it.
Keep money out of it. Yeah. So.
But you went with toilet paper. All right.
I do like chocolate chip cookies as well. I mean, an unlimited supply of that would help. I don't know. It's my one.
Kind of an
one
Oreo
little,
guy.
One little treat that I like. I quit eating Oreos because they're so bad for you, but not the chocolate chips are any better.
Chocolate chip cookies aren't.
They're not any better. So. Doug, wait. I'm gonna go.
I think that's called a substitute, one for another. Okay. I don't know. But
I'm gonna make a phone
call. Oh, okay.
Hello. Hey, George. This is Rich. You are on Loud, Lucid and Laughs with me and my brother Doug. Welcome to the podcast.
Hey, what's up, man?
How's it going? Hey, we're doing I don't know if you watched our previous podcast that was on hypothetical questions. Doug, can you hear George? Yes?
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay. So, George, I got a couple questions for you, a couple hypothetical questions. And the first one I want to ask you, and hey, so George, it's kind of become a comedy. I was hoping you wouldn't answer tonight, actually, because I thought maybe we could go through like 13 episodes with me calling you and you didn't answer. Because there's been like 3 now. There's been like 3 now. Hey, you having a good weekend?
Yeah.
Awesome. So let me ask you 2 questions here. Maybe Doug has one for you too. I don't know. But question number 1 for me is, if you could be born again in any country, as any race, and as any gender, that's a little scary. What would you choose? Any country, any race, any gender, what would you choose? Oh, it's pretty simple. Because you know what, George? I hate to tell you, but you are a Caucasian male in the United States.
Yeah. I know. I wouldn't want to be anything other than that.
Hoorah, hoorah. Semper Fi. Hey, so I'm going to ask you another one here, then maybe Doug's got one working for you there. If you could get a ticket, I probably know the answer to this already, but if you could get a ticket to any show or any event in any time, like doesn't have to be now, it could be in the history of mankind, what would you want a ticket to do or ticket for?
I would want a ticket
to ride.
Oh, it's really hard.
You want a ticket to ride? Ticket to ride. I got a ticket to ride. No, I'm just kidding.
I would want a ticket to one of the evening shows in 1972, Madison Square Garden, Elvis Presley.
Nice.
Saw that one coming.
At some point, we're going to have to do a whole episode on Elvis Presley, I think, and we'll bring you on because.
Honestly, he comes up a lot.
Yeah, Elvis Presley comes up a lot. Like, what famous person would you want to be if you, or like, what was you asked me a minute ago? Like, oh, if you could be anybody for a day, who would you want to be? And I said Elvis Presley when he was hanging out with Aunt Margaret. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to be Elvis when he's hanging out with Aunt Margaret. So.
Hey,
George. Can you hear Doug?
Okay, can you hear me? I've got a question for you, George, if you can hear me. If not, Rich can ask you.
Okay, he can hear you.
You have a time machine. What's the first place you go to with it?
You have a time machine. What's the first place you go to?
The Tombstone, Arizona. Whenever the gunfight at the OK Corral was.
Oh,
You
you're
want to be
going to the OK Corral.
you want to be shot with a lead bullet at the OK Corral? Okay, that's cool. I
All right.
You shot. I do want to see it.
You want to see how it actually went down? You want to see one of my favorite movies ever. But you want to see if they got it right and got it down. Cool. I got it. Cool. Well, awesome, man. Well, hope you're having a great Sunday night, and thanks for joining Loud, Lucid and Laughs tonight. And we'll get you back on when we're gonna do the Elvis only show because and maybe we can even get you to play a song or two because as much as Elvis is talked about on this episode, Elvis and George Burns.
George Burns.
I don't know if Doug told you about that one, but let him tell you that the next time you see him. What's that? Oh boy. Anyway. All right, brother. Have a good night, and we'll talk to you soon.
Later, George.
All right. Bye-bye. Finally, that guy.
Yeah. It only took 28 calls.
I didn't even
12
know
episodes.
I was starting to worry if he was alive anymore. I didn't know, but I knew you see him, so I figured he was still doing okay. But
So, Rich, where are you going? Where are you going in the time machine?
Where am I going in the time machine, dude?
Yeah.
I think. But see, now I'm so confused. I don't know if I mentioned this on the podcast that we had
the first
air or a previous one, but I'm all.
I don't even. What does it matter?
I'm big time on the medieval part of history, so I want to go where the water's going to be bad. I have to crap on a stone toilet, and but I'm seeing kings and queens and knights and medieval chivalry, all that stuff. I want to see. I want to go to some part of I don't know what year, but sometime medieval history. I want to go to.
Okay. All right. Cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
So finally got a hold of George. Finally got some answers from him.
Yeah.
And I do have the extra microphone, so we can bring him in at any time and
bring him in, do an Elvis show, sing a couple Elvis songs.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, Rich. In the supernatural realm, you have to become one of these creatures. Which would you be? A vampire, a werewolf, or Frankenstein?
Vampire.
Why a vampire?
It's a good question.
You just said it, didn't you?
Well, when I think of vampires, Doug, I think of they're living forever. They're usually in pretty cool, drafty, nice big castles or, mansions or houses. They're living in cool places. Also, I think of vampires as biting very beautiful women's necks. And so,
like Kate Beckinsale?
I think of like me as a vampire starring in a movie with Kate Beckinsale and biting her neck 3 times because it takes 3 times right before she turns into a vampire.
Well, I mean, there's so many versions, so I guess you choose your own.
Well, we need to figure that. I'll bite her neck 10 times if I have to. I don't care. But yeah, I think I'm going. And I do have to mention, I think the reason I'm with Steph is because she looks a lot like Kate Beckinsale.
Not saying anything. That's going to be on, now she's going to think that's what you're going to do every time you look or that, you're seeing Kate Beckinsale, but, you do what you want to do.
Get uncomfortable in a room by myself.
Yeah, well, I'm in the same position right now, so. Anyway. Hey, Rich.
Hey, have I asked you this?
What?
You could listen to one album for the rest of your life. You only get to listen to one album for the rest of your life. I know we're doing a lot of music stuff, but what would you choose?
One album or one band? One album?
One album.
Journey, Don't Stop Believing.
That album?
Yes.
So Journey, Don't Stop Believing.
What are you thinking about? What you'd go with?
No, I'm thinking about what was all on that.
Oh, I don't know. I can pull it up real quick.
I'm doing that. Wait, Don't Stop Believing is the song. That album is called Escape.
Escape. Okay, well that'd be the album Escape.
So that's their 7th studio album, released on July 17th, 1981 to Columbia Records. So it's got that had Don't Stop Believing at number 9, peaked at number 9 in Billboard's Hot 100s. It had Who's Crying
Now.
It had Open Arms, another good one, number 2. Oh, Doug.
Stone in Love.
Dude, that's my
Stone
favorite.
in Love.
Listen, that's my favorite Journey song is Stone in Love.
Yeah, dude. So
yeah. It doesn't list Who's Crying Now is at number 4. Still They Ride is at number 19. Open Arms number 2. But
Open Arms is on there.
It just says rock radio staple Stone in Love, but that is actually my favorite. That's my favorite.
That was the second song on the album, Stone in Love.
Right.
So yeah, you had Don't Stop Believing, Who's Crying Now, Stone in Love, Open Arms. I mean, those alone I could listen to forever. So yeah, that's my
I
choice.
would
What are
probably
you choosing?
of course, I like Elvis. I'm just gonna be able to only listen to one. I'm probably doing like Elvis Presley's like 50 greatest hits or something, or 30 number 1 hits. That's a good one. You had that, I think. I think I stole yours.
That's cheating, man. Because
you had two that had 15 each on it.
Yeah.
It was like 30 together. I think I stole those
You
CDs
took 'em.
from you at one point.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
With several others. All right,
Well,
Rich.
I wouldn't go that far.
So we're about 56 minutes, almost 57 minutes into this, so we're about to wrap it up. So I'm going to ask you this question.
Wrapping it up.
Would you rather be dumb or ugly? Oh, wait, forget that. Let me find something different.
Whoa.
Oh. I'll be here till Thursday, folks. Well, Wednesday when I leave out of town. But anyway, would you rather be dumb or ugly?
So if I'm ugly, I'm smart.
If you're ugly, you're intelligent. If you're a good-looking, handsome dude, you're dumb.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and take. I want to stay intelligent, as I am. But luckily, Doug, I don't have to worry about that because I'm good looking and intelligent, bro.
And that's why I said this was a way to kind of bring it to a close, because that question right there, I knew you could finish it strong.
Hey, Doug, if there was no dress code, how would you dress for work?
Honestly, probably the same way I do now. I wear a polo shirt and I wear some khakis.
Yeah, I wear
some
polo
tennis shoes and
shorts or a polo shirt and like scrub pants to my work. So
I mean,
I'm pretty happy with that.
I might wear shorts on the hot days, but yeah, basically about the same.
I almost have to ask you the same thing, kind of what you just asked me. Would you rather be funny or clever?
Well, I mean, there's not a lot of difference, but
right.
I mean, would I rather be a MacGyver or Eddie Murphy?
Well, you could say MacGyver or George Burns. So maybe we could get. Hey, I wonder if we could get sponsored by the state of George Burns. Or as many times as we.
I mean,
as many times we say his name on the podcast, I think maybe we could get a sponsorship from the estate.
Is that like one of those things like where you cut this piece of grass beside your house for so many years and you can claim it as yours? If we just say his name all the time, then we can become part of the estate.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go with where I'm already at, funny.
There you go.
Because when you become clever, everybody wants you to do something for them. When you're funny, people just want to sit around and laugh.
I read this one today too, and we can wrap it up after this. But if you could immediately gain one skill, you could immediately gain it. What would it be?
Oh, wow. You already have one thought up for this?
Me? No, I'm asking you.
I know. I was just seeing, while I'm sitting here trying to throw it around. Okay, I'm gonna go. I would be able to do every aspect of construction.
I want to be able to. I can do a lot of that stuff. I think. Kind of, have fun, but but no, I
Yeah,
think
that's what I was gonna say. I would halfway
you know
do it,
what?
but
I think my thing would be like I'd want to know everything as far as like um uh geek tech wise, like or like computers, smartphones,
why do
tech.
you have me?
Yeah, right. So I wouldn't have to call you or Clay. Um, but but yeah, so like I want to be a techie guy. I want to be the ultimate techie guy. Like I know
Well,
every answer
see,
to
I
every.
already got that one kind of down. So
Yeah, well, I got the
look at that.
construction thing kind of down. So
Put us both together, and we got what we want.
we got what we want, and that's why we're together at Loud, Lucid and Laughs.
Da-da-da-da. So okay, so this one seems to have gone better, right? I mean, it would appear anyway. See if you look. Um, dun, 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 Wi-Fi extender, and
Yeah,
it
I
would
think it's
appear
gone
that
better.
this one
Like
did a
you're
lot better.
like it seems like towards the end here you started like not
Well,
freezing, but like getting a
yeah,
little distorted.
I noticed you glitched a couple times, so
Yeah, it's
we'll
not
see
on
how it
my
comes
end,
out.
so it won't be on the podcast. It's on your end.
Yeah. Well, I told you like we have that rain coming in, so that could be
Yeah,
part of it.
but I think
But
it'll be all right. I think we can post it.
I think we can post it.
Awesome.
So we'll finish up this episode. I'll get it downloaded, and when I get home tomorrow from work, we'll see if we can't get it thrown up and get it going. So, with that being said, Rich, it was a good evening, and I will catch you somewhere on the fly. Episode for this coming week probably not going to happen because I'll be out of town. Yeah, I know. I got it. You're pointing at me. I
And
get
we'll
it.
come
I
up with
get
a
it.
great topic
Episode
for the
for topic for number 11.
topic for number
Well,
11.
we hope you all enjoyed this. We thought that the hypothetical just had to have another one, and I think we did it justice and finished it out. And from there on, we'll move on to the next topic. So thank you all, and have a great evening.